from our studios on the Isle of Wight. Free Jingle Friday.
Stand by for Music Radio Creative streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Free Jingle Friday is made possible by our sponsor, Restream, the easy way to stream to multiple social platforms at the same time. Restream Studio makes it simple to go live directly from your browser. Get started now at mrc.fm/Restream. And now, here is Mike and Izabela.
Yeah, that's right. Here we are with another Free Jingle Friday. My name is Mike Russell.
And I'm Izabela Russell.
And we're so pleased to have you here because this is the stream where we do everything about audio. You might already see the super chats coming in and say, what on earth is that all about? Well, we'll tell you about that and a lot more as we proceed throughout the show.
Yay, very excited to be here. It is Friday and Free Jingle Friday. We're making free jingles. It's awesome.
Yeah, it certainly is. So stick around because if you're into audio and anything fun, then Free Jingle Friday is the place for it. You might see some regulars in the chat. Hello, regulars. Welcome. And if you're new to this live stream, if you just tuned in for the first time, maybe you just got a notification on your phone and you said, I'm going to join in, then let us know that you are new to this stream and say hi to Mike and Izabela. Give us a wave.
Yay, give us a wave. Oh, too.
Free Jingle Friday for Friday. We're in nearly the end of August already. I can't believe how fast it's going.
You nearly didn't make it to the end. I've spotted it. I was really, really watching. You see, you always pointed to me and you were like, oh, you can't talk over the beds. And it's like, no.
Padding for things to say today. Padding for things to say today. So yeah, I've been getting confused because, my goodness, this short SM7B is right in my face, isn't it? Today. See,
up your nose today.
Every single time I do a live stream, it seems to get more and more in my face. I don't know what's going on, Izabela.
It's slowly creeping up on you. That's what it is.
It's like a giant huntsman spider in Australia, just kind of like that, and then it's going to jump on my face one day.
Hopefully not.
No.
But we had recently, actually just, yesterday, we had this conversation about different setups for podcasters.
Yes.
And it's just insane how fast things are changing and how many different microphones came onto the market in such a short amount of time, really.
It's insane, and it seems like a new microphone is being released every week at the moment.
I know.
Just with different features, a lot of USB microphones up in their game. I'm thinking how long will it be before I actually say out loud, do you know what? It is worth using a USB microphone.
It might be still a little while.
It's getting close to that point.
It's getting closer. But it's quite interesting, but actually also quite a confusing market. I think for people who just want to sound good and they don't want to have overwhelming options, it is actually very easy to be overwhelmed here at the moment.
Yes.
But also we were looking, I was having a one-on-one session with somebody the other day and we were making recommendations obviously for equipment. And DBX286S is very hard to get right now.
It is
really hard to get.
I think this is the whole post-lockdown thing. I'm getting my 286S confused with my 234S, with my 215S, and my 166XS. It's all very confusing. For those of you who've tuned in and you're like, what's this stream all about? And he's talking about different numbers. These are essentially boxes, pieces of hardware that make you sound better. You plug your microphone into one, and it just makes you sound really big and loud. I've got 4 of them here in my rack. And I absolutely love them. But you tell us more about the DBXs.
No, it's just really hard to get them.
Oh, hang on. By the way, DBX, what are you doing? Come on, sponsor the stream. What's going on?
We have to.
We talk about you every week.
Every week. It's just such a great piece of equipment. So it's not sponsored. We are not by mentioning it, we don't give you special links with affiliate links or anything like that.
No, I know.
It's just a great piece of equipment.
Love it. You can just hear Al, our intro voice at the start of this show going, this show is sponsored by Restream and DBX. I can hear it now.
I can hear it.
Carry on. What are you going to say?
All right. But perhaps before I go any further, I know many of you are tuning in here for the first time. In fact, if you are just say new here, and give us a wave. We are here to make free jingles. It's Free Jingle Friday, and we make free jingles. Head on over to mrc.fm/script. It's mrc.fm/script, and you can make your script submission there. Now, if you would like to have your jingle recorded and produced live on the show, then super chat, yellow or above, or a script form update is the way. That didn't make any sense. In the form, you will notice there is a question whether you want to upgrade it, so you can do it. And then we record all the other scripts. Usually after the show, we get on average around 200 submissions every week. So it's just very hard to actually record it live on the show, but usually it's straight after the show.
That's cool. Let's do some shout outs to people who are tuning in live, like Roan.
Yeah.
Hope my jingle will be recorded. Bjorn is there moderating along with Doug. Also, Tim's in the house. Nice to see you. The mods really make it happen.
Awesome
We got Mandy Morrow, Michael Suhovsky, who's old to the stream. I'm not calling you old, Michael. John B says, love my DBX286S. I got one because they're hard to come by in Australia right now as well. You see, it's a worldwide thing.
Yeah.
Rob Green is old. Dan's in and old, often giving some good audio advice. Roger Wakefield is new to the live show. True Vibes is new in this week. We got Free Run Media, just made a super chat. Thank you for that. Reeve in Lebanon. We got Jim in Devon. Max, who's listening while presenting on air on 107.2 FM, I assume that is. Renegade Maxter, East Lancs Radio, Robbie West. We got Ashrad. We got Scrint. We got Vince 1955. True Vibes. Did I mention you already? Maybe. Steve Allenson, who says greetings from Bucharest, Romania, where it's relatively cool 30 Celsius.
Ooh, ow. It's like I feel your pain at the moment. It's been very hot in here. Was it last week, the week before? Like really, really hot. But now we have high winds, so it's wind time. It's just, typical English weather, right? We go from sun to wind, rain, anything else in between.
Absolutely crazy. So what have you been up to this week? Let us know in the chat what's been the highlight of the week for you. Maybe you produced some audio you're really proud about. You got a bit of new gear that's sitting in your rack or in your production room, or maybe you're just into something totally different. Like for me, Izabela, and I got to let this out the bag at some point. Yeah, I got to let this out the bag at some point. I've been holding it away in the closet for so long, but now it's about to come out on the show today. Do you know what I'm going to say?
I know exactly what you're going to say. I just know you so well.
I
know
am
exactly.
Mike Russell, and I am a 100% Nintendo fan. I love Nintendo so much.
Do you know, I actually thought you were going to say something else. I thought you were going to admit to your recent addiction to getting amiibos.
Yeah, well, that's the link to Nintendo.
Yeah, I know, but I was, kind of hoping you will say, hello, I'm Mike Russell and I'm an amiibo addict.
Yeah, well, that's a separate thing where the personal bank account is kind of going, it's kind of something like that. Yeah, it's not good, Isabella, and I'll tell you why. Essentially, here in the UK, I don't know if this is the same worldwide. Obviously worldwide, everyone is speculating. Are Nintendo going to do something soon? They've been very quiet. They've not been releasing stuff. If you didn't know and you just tuned in, I'm a huge Nintendo fan. Thing is our kids by default are. We're just Nintendo fans here, and we love everything they make so much. Like, I played it since the 80s, since the NES.
So have I, yeah.
And I'm sure you have too. What are your memories of Nintendo? Post them in the chat now. Like your favorite game, the game you spent ages trying to complete, your favorite piece of merch. Let us know. This is not an ad, by the way. I just really am into it. I want to share it with you this week. So, essentially, I've been looking into Nintendo and the fact that they've not announced anything for a while. We're really into Zelda at the moment, Breath of the Wild. And I reckon that they're going to announce, I have nothing to base this on, apart from one thing, Breath of the Wild 2. Obviously, they teased it, didn't they? They did a teaser a while back. But I reckon it's imminent, and I'll tell you why. I was on their website the other day, and I got a little notification because I have these set up. And yes, I'm into amiibos, like big style. I bought one just to test it out, and then I thought it was so good. And then you started using it in Zelda. I just thought it was good as a piece to put up, like here behind me, on my Nintendo boxy bit down there. And then you demonstrated that you can use them in-game to give you goodies. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then I went into this world of Amiibo, and like everything was out of stock recently, but now all the good stuff from Zelda's in stock. Let's look at the franchise. Sorry if you're not a Nintendo fan or you don't like Legend of Zelda. But if you do like Legend of Zelda, tell me what you like about Legend of Zelda. But everything's in stock here in the Nintendo UK store. You can get the Guardian Amiibo. You can get Majora's Mask, Skyward Sword. Everything is here. Even the Champions are in stock for £50. What's that, about $60, $70 for all 4 Champions from Breath of the Wild. The Rider Link Amiibo, the Bokoblin. And my favourite, where is it? It's not there. Wolf Link. Maybe it's gone out of stock. Oh, no, there it is. Wolf Link. And this shows how much of a geek I am. £12.99. Okay, I don't know, what's that? $15 US?
$15, yeah.
This has recently been on Amazon for like £80 or $100. And now Nintendo have put it in stock at $12.99.
There you go.
So, yeah, so the bank account groaned. what about you? Are you into Nintendo or Amiibo? Post in the chat now.
There you go. So yeah, we've been hugely into games. I guess it's funny because I think a lot of adults play it, but they don't admit it. I've recently chatted to one of the mums in our son's class. And he's like, "Yeah, I play Zelda all the time." I'm like, you see, they are out there. Maybe that's you too.
You see. Well,
Patrick
M says no time to play here. I'm in the music business. This is a serious business. We haven't got time for searching for ancient things from Zelda. Mike is so excited, said Rob, you're absolutely right. Michael Suhovsky's got the original NES and he's got a Wii U as well. Paul says, I collect old consoles and games, including SNES, original and Game Boy. Thank you, Abel, for the lovely comment there. Chuck Taylor's a bit of a Sega Genesis guy, which is okay. There's no worries about that. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, good to see all your comments on Nintendo and gaming coming in. It's exciting. Oh, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I've heard that's really good, John B. Let me know in the comments, how is it, John B? Is it, or anyone else who's used that? I've heard it's like insanely good. Can you do it in virtual reality, or is it just on PC? I don't know. That's going to go on the list.
Before we go any further, just a quick reminder. You have 19 minutes left to submit your script for today's show. We're here. It's Friday. It's Free Jingle Friday. We make jingles for you. Head on over to mrc.fm/script. That's where you can get your free submission in. If you would like to have your script not just recorded, but also produced live on the show today, then Super Chat, which is yellow or above, is the way you can see that people are dropping Super Chats as we speak. But you can also do a script upgrade within the form at mrc.fm/script. So we're making jingles at hour. That's the cutoff point. Mike is going to go and show you. He's going to be the Dark Audio Lord. I've seen somebody called you that today. And he's going to be showing you how to be the ninja whiz of audio production and how to make jingles and how to make them sound really, really good. So stand by for that. And if you haven't already, if you are here for the first time and if you haven't already, it's time now for you to click subscribe because we are here every week. Mike is putting a lot of video content about audio even, and you don't want to miss it. So make sure to click subscribe now.
Awesome. Yes, that's right. I was just getting distracted. Actually, I was just.
Are you getting distracted?
I was just looking at Microsoft Flight Simulator now after it's mentioned in the chat. It's really, really cool. Look at this. You can, like fly a plane around and do all kinds of cool things. Can I make a funny? It's a funny thing actually because I was born in Poland in 1986, so communism times and all of that. So actually, Nintendo didn't officially make it to Poland for quite some time after it was released everywhere else. But what we did have, we had all of the Russian knockoffs from Nintensky.
Nintensky, yes. No, I can't actually remember what they were called, but we had the Russian knockoffs, and they worked exactly the same. Like, looked very similar. They were just like ripped off name. And the game cartridges, you could get all the games. So I played Mario, and all that. That was actually, I didn't realize they were knockoffs until probably way, way, way after into my, adult life. Like, you wouldn't know, right? How would you know?
This is Russia. Nobody will argue.
yeah. It was just really funny. So there
we go. So Norrie's in from Glasgow in Scotland. Good to see you.
Yeah.
And what have we got here? We've got other stuff here. Although I use the free Adobe Audition version 3, I don't think it's free, Rob, but yeah, it's old. You've got me playing more, playing with the pitch and other features, stretching my skills, so thank you. Well, do you know what? Adobe Audition 3 is brilliant. I still have a copy of Adobe Audition 3 from when I got it ages ago, like years and years ago. And sometimes I just dig it out and install it on one of my PCs and have a play. One of the things I like about 3, I think it's version 3, you can actually take an image and turn it into a spectral frequency view kind of photo. So I could take a photo of me or a photo of you, Izabela, and put it in spectral frequency. And some people have actually done this in recorded songs. They've made like an image and put it in. It sounds weird. It's like kind of like when you actually play it back, but you can create a kind of audio print of an image.
Nice. There you go.
That's cool.
That is really, really cool. What else is new, Mike? So actually, one thing I wanted to do a shout out. I can't remember who it was who was asking last week, but we were asked essentially, why does Production Library have no demo on a website? And you were like, I really want to hear how it sounds. And there was a little error that crept in. I'm really grateful that you have notified us of it. And the demo is now there. So I'm just posting the link now. If you would like to listen back to it, it's there. there. It's our latest production library for 2020, and all the details. Are there.
Oh, super cool. Okay, so that's it really. Me, I just spent money on Amiibos this week, and did play a little bit of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which was really cool.
You see, we have this ongoing problem in our house. We have only one copy of Zelda, and everybody in our house wants to play it, including our 5-year-old. Yes, our 5-year-old is like, yeah, you've got to do this and that, whatever else. So we need to take turns. It's kind of like one of those...
Pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of those pretty crazy things. But if you are just joining us, head on over to mrc.fm/script. That's where you can submit your script for today's show. And also, what else, Mikey?
Wow, wow, wow. Mike and Dizzy are live right now.
Yes, you bet.
Ooh, wow, wow, wow. Free Jingle Friday. Don't miss it.
All right. So you've got 15 more minutes to get your script submissions in now if you want to get something on Free Jingle Friday. If you go into the paid avenue, you do a super chat, or you check out via the online form. We will produce your jingle on the show. You'll get it by the end of the show, which is fantastic. So please go ahead and do that. There's about 14 minutes left to get your script submissions in. So do it now. And also, in about 14 minutes, we're going to be playing a music track. We do this every week at the moment. We do half past the hour. We do this wonderful thing where we play you a piece of music. It's our track of the week, which comes from Licked. It's a great resource. We'll talk about that more in a minute. And based on what we've just been speaking about the last 15 minutes, I think the song will be very appropriate.
Oh, I actually don't know what you've selected, so I look forward to it.
Wait and see.
But I wanted to actually also give a shout out to Glenn, who posted inside our community. He posted a link where you can actually get a free Neutron 3 Elements by Isotope. It's a plugin. I don't yet know what it does, but I have actually, I'm sure Mike, you know, but what I wanted to do is obviously I wanted to be a really good person, make sure to go in and check that link works, that you can, it's legit and all of that stuff. So I have, and it is, it's really cool. I'll post a link now. But what is interesting in it, so this was the very first time I was installing an actual plugin for Adobe Audition, all right? So so far when I've been using Audition, I've been using just all the native stuff. And this was the very first time I'm just like, okay, I actually want to start adding plugins, so this is a good opportunity. Let me do this. And I must say, oh my, getting this on your Audition was like kind of Mission Impossible feast. It's like,
really?
It's terrible. The user experience is absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, I know. Let's face it, it is true. Installing an audio plugin, whatever audio editor you're using, or DAW, as you might prefer to call it, is not an easy task.
No.
First of all, each plugin manufacturer, certainly the big ones, Waves, Isotope, FabFilter, those guys, they all have different ways of installing the plugin. Used to be, back in the day, you could just download a file, drag and drop it to somewhere on your PC or your Mac, and then recognize it by doing a scan in Audition. But now they all have proprietary installers. So Waves has its wonderful Waves Central, where you have to license the plugin to the unique computer you're using. Isotope have their Isotope. Well, actually, no, they have two ways, Isotope, as far as I'm aware. Firstly, you can download the plugin file, and it has an installer for that plugin. Or you can download something called Isotope Manager or something like that. It's kind of similar to what Waves are doing, where you have a central repository for all the Isotope plugins you've bought. And again, then you install it. I can't remember what FabFilter do. I think they have an installer. And then, more independent plugin developers just give you a file and say, go ahead, install it, drag it to the right location in your computer.
That's
but the bigger ones, they're concerned about digital right management and, so that you don't copy the plugin and give it to all your mates. So they have more protection, so they make it a little harder.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, but of course, if you're using Adobe Audition, and sometimes I get this quite a lot actually, you're installing a plugin, obviously you go to the effects menu and you've got VST here and VST3, and you'll go in there and you'll see all the plugins that you've got installed. I've got quite a lot, as you can see. And if you're on Mac, you'll also have AU, which are proprietary to Mac. They're audio units. If I was using a Mac, I'd use AU instead of VST. But do remember, you go into your audio plugin manager, And then this is really important. You have to click scan for plugins. Did you do that, Iz?
I did.
I'm impressed.
I know. I was like, I'm just going to figure this out before Mike, I need to say, Mike, can you help me, please?
So hang on, you need a user added to Google Analytics and you email me, yet you can install an audio plugin. What's going on?
See, I just have those, hidden skills in there. So I know how to install audio plugin. I'm super proud of that. This is not easy. Easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
No, it is easy, but it's not easy.
No. And but that I'm always a little bit disappointed with the user experience of the whole process. I'm like, this is like, audio plugins are making themselves totally out of business on people who perhaps are not super audio tech savvy.
Yeah, but hang on, let's not hate on audio plugins because they do amazing stuff for us producers.
Of course they do. No, but I'm just like...
You're just hating on the installation process,
Exactly.
Right?
I'm just saying there should be somebody looking into this and making the process much easier and more straightforward. It's just not easy.
Yeah, Doug says it's the same for Final Cut Pro as well.
Yeah.
And actually, one thing, if I had a gripe about audio plugins, firstly, when you install the musical plugins where they have like a musical library or something you can play on a MIDI keyboard, often you have to link and find the directory of the samples, and that's really finicky and fiddly. And also, I really don't like it with the plugins where you somehow have to do a license or activation, but sometimes, I can't remember which man, it's not one of the big 3 or 4, but it's one, it's up there, it's fairly big plugin manufacturer, and you go through install, and sometimes it kind of forgets that you licensed it, so every time you boot up Audition or Logic or whatever you're using, like instead of getting the boot screen, you get the boot screen for 2 seconds, and it's like, enter your license key for this plugin. It's like, I don't want to enter my license key, I just want to edit audio in Audition. Why do I have to license a plugin to get into Audition?
I know, and don't even tell me that if I was to edit now on this one, because I use 2 different Macs and a laptop, so every time I want to install it, I need to go through that installation process on each device.
Yeah, that's it. Well, again, it's protection, and technically, depending on how many computers you've got to license the plugin for every computer you want to use it on. So I've got a PC. Actually, I've got 2 PCs that I'm running off. The work PC, which is this one you see on the screen here, and then I've got the streaming PC, which is this one over here behind my head. And then I've also got a MacBook, so if I want to move them around, I either have to deactivate and reactivate. But yeah, it's I don't want to get into digital rights management because it's a wormhole. I could say it's funny how I love Adobe, obviously, but Adobe Creative Cloud give you 2 seats on each individual license, not a Teams license. So when I'm working here on the streaming PC and the PC in front of me, and then I want to go to the MacBook, I have to deactivate one of the licenses and reactivate it on the MacBook. I understand it's DRM, of course, and companies have to implement DRM so that people don't just copy their software and give it to all their mates. But sometimes it's like...
But actually, I will also argue and say that we have progressed quite a long way since even as little as 5 years ago as creators, and it is not uncommon to work on more than one device, and therefore it's like
I work on at least 3. I say, that's why the two seats on Adobe Creative Cloud doesn't work for me. I'm sorry, that's one thing that I have to say, it just doesn't work for me because I work on more than 2 computers. But I understand most creators, maybe they don't, but it's just a small little gripe there.
Well, there you go. Dark audio.
And actually, I will say, why are you calling me the Dark Lord?
I don't know. There was a Dark Lord of audio last week. Do you remember? That was really cool. I was so disappointed you could not do it with your fader.
The Dark Lord.
No, it was it was really good, and it's like
people in the chat, even 428 Will's calling me the Dark Lord. What's going on?
You see,
but I just wanted to say one thing to finalise this thing. It used to be a lot more finicky than it is now to activate and deactivate seats in Adobe Creative Cloud. Because previously you had to do the whole login thing, and then you had to, it was a spinning circle. But now every time you go in, you get this thing about, you're using this on these 2 computers. Deactivate one. Okay, I'm going to deactivate my streaming PC license. Okay, now activate it on your MacBook. Thumbs up. So it did get better about a year ago. Better.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, if you are here and would like to get some jingles, we're here to make them. So head on over to mrc.fm/script. That's as easy as that. mrc.fm/script. Or if you would like to have your script recorded and produced live on the show, then Super Chat is the way, or a yellow or above, or a script upgrade within the form. You have another 7 minutes to make your submission for this week. We are here every single week. So if you, for whatever reason, if you're watching on a replay and would like to make sure not to miss it next time, click subscribe now. That's just as simple as that.
That is the best way. And actually, Isabella, that leads me on very nicely to another little link going on here. And that is talking about Legend of Zelda Link. There you go. You got the tenuous link. No, not that.
All right.
It gets me nicely onto.
Okay.
Hang on. What were you saying there? Just say what you said again. Say the final bit.
I didn't know.
Because you've distracted me now. Now I went into Link, Legend of Zelda. What were you just saying?
I don't know. I was just, I don't know. You totally threw me out of my trail of thought. And
oh, yes. No, you said to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
So that links me on nicely to the YouTube channel and the stuff that's been going out recently.
Oh, my gosh. Seriously?
Oh,
I thought you were going to go on about Link and Legend of Zelda once again. So I'm like, I better stop him before he goes on another rant.
We've done that already. So, Music Radio Creative YouTube channel. Go ahead, go and subscribe to it. Here you go. See, we're live now here, which is great. Got all the free Jingle Fridays on there. But most importantly, I'd like you to go and check out some of the new videos that we put up recently. You know there is a new Adobe Audition video going out every single week till the end of the year. That's my guarantee to you. There'll be a new one. And really, really grateful that we're actually doing that in collaboration with the Adobe Audition community, the official Adobe Audition community. So not only do you get a video like one of these every week, but you also get a wonderful post in the Adobe Audition official community. You'll also see, and I think it's Paul in the chat. Is it Paul? I think it was Paul that was really looking forward to my Rode Boom Arm OCD, where I was showing you how to solder an XLR cable and feed it through the Rode PSA-1, which is a great boom. I know currently I've got the blue one, but I do have my PSA-1 for the other mic. So that video finally went live on the channel. Go and click Rode PSA-1 cable management. And I think I got the thumbs up from Rode on that video as well, because they commented and said, nice vid, Mike.
Nice.
Also, you might want to see, I've been doing recently live streaming stuff. We touched on that a little bit the other week. I had a monitor live stream, how I'm using my Blackmagic monitors over here, exactly how they work. Also, the 4K multi-capture card I'm using, bits like that. The cameras, we often get asked the cameras that we're using for this live stream. Videos on that and more on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/musicradiocreative. Hit subscribe, and then you'll never miss a video.
No, and it's good stuff, you know. Mike tends to put out good stuff. I promise.
I do my best.
Yes, he tends to do a good job.
And also, what I will say, we do a bit of sponsored content from time to time. We work with a lot of companies, either like on sponsor videos where they pay for us to make a video, or just like trying out little bits of kit. But what I will say is whenever we do something like that, we always make sure it's relevant to you. I never, I would never like to think that I sell out the channel. I'd like to think that you tell me, like if you say, Mike, this is totally off topic. Why the heck are you reviewing, a...
Legend of Zelda on your...
Why have you started reviewing amiibos on your channel? Is it because Nintendo is sending them to you for free? So, but like when we do content, like we always try and make it like that. And, even when we're working out sponsorship deals, we'll often say to them, they'll say, can we send this through to you and can you do a review? We get that quite a lot, from a lot of companies that we just say no to because they're not relevant. But when the product is relevant, rather than just say, oh, we'll do a review, here's another, here's another speaker, here's another microphone. What I try to do is make a bit of educational content around it. So here's how you can use this, here's how you can solve a problem, rather than just go buy this product. So I hope that makes it clear with anything we do that's sponsored.
Absolutely, it certainly does. And we are all about audio. And if there are any things that you would like to see on the YouTube channel, make sure to head on over to our community. It's community.musicradiocreative.com. I will post a link now. And make sure to post your suggestions and ideas there. Any questions you have that you would like Mike to answer, that's the best place to post, because we review it. We've got very active community members there who reply to your posts, and Mike replies to them too. So it's a brilliant place to really engage in the audio conversation and also ask, more detailed questions to Mike that perhaps deserve a video.
That's it. Mike Edwards is in, says, hi guys, love the channel. You're so funny as well as professional. Thanks. And Mr. Raslow says the Rode video you did was really great. Never thought of doing that with the Rode PSA-1. Also, I like taking a picture of everything before you take things apart, which is a good tip. And I have to say, actually, when I do those videos where I'm like pulling things apart, like the Rode PSA-1, it probably takes me 4 or 5 times as long to do the task as it would if I just sat there and did it. Because I'm kind of doing a little solder bit, and then I'm moving the camera to another angle, and then I'm soldering again, and I'm moving the camera, and they take a long time to produce, but I'm glad to hear you guys enjoy them.
I know, and I usually know to keep clear, it's like, do not approach Mike with anything. Like, don't ask questions. If I was to even remotely say, "Hey, Mike," we'd be like,
Oh no, that's right. Okay, so there we go. We've got a minute left for you to get your scripts in. mrc.fm/script. Quick. If you want a freebie or otherwise super chat or check out via the form, and you'll get something produced into a jingle on this show. Otherwise, if you just go for a freebie, we do voice them after the show, and you'll have them by the end of Monday at the latest. We've got the lick track of the week coming up, Izabela.
I'm excited about it. I'm really, really excited.
You don't know what it is.
Well,
It'll be
but
good.
that's why I'm excited, right?
Okay, let me tell you a little bit about Licked. You can go to mrc.fm/Licked. We'll get that in the chat box, by the way, the link to go there. You get your first track for free if you use our link, mrc.fm/Licked. They give you real music by real artists. It's all claims free, no copyright strikes. Great artists on there. Actually seen this week their CEO announced they've just signed up Warner Records, which is fantastic. So love that. Here's the track. This is cool, by the way. You'll like this. It's Noyoki, and this is kind of, I think the genre is officially 8-bit house. This is 8-bit adventure. 8-bit adventure, Izabela. Enjoy! Woo. What do you mean, serious? Yes! Video game day. Right, stop talking over the song. Let them enjoy. 8-bit progressive house, Izabela. 8-bit progressive house. Just thinking about it, this is an instrumental. Sorry, I'm butchering the song. This is an instrumental. You could actually use this for one of your YouTube videos. That's the whole idea of Licked. It doesn't have to be a song with singing in. Like, you could easily use this if you've got a gaming channel and you're reviewing games or something. This would be a perfect music bed for Unstage, wouldn't it? Don't you think? You just put it under and say, hey, welcome to the Nintendo fan channel where we're reviewing Amiibos
That's
today.
a good one. Yeah.
I'm going to review all the Amiibos from the Super Mario Brothers selection. Recently today I got Koopa Troopa delivered, and I'm going to test out what Koopa Troopa gives me in-game. Anyway, I'm going to stop butchering the song. Here we go. Enjoy. This is 8-bit adventure. Can't make a camera autofocus. Whoa, that was an abrupt ending. My goodness.
I had Luigi banging onto the beats here, and then it all stopped.
What? This is really amateurish with the whole autofocus on the camera. Can you autofocus Luigi? We couldn't see him at all. It's just like a blur.
Place right now, so.
It was like Luigi. It was like Luigi in 8-bit because we couldn't see him. Look, this song Noyoki. I thought it was a good tune, and that's why I wanted to play it. We got it from Licks, by the way. Game over indeed, Paul Dixon. mrc.fm/licked if you want to get that song or other songs by Noyoki. You'll get your first song free if you use our link. And what I actually wanted to do, sorry, because I'm just going to go into Audition. I'm going to create an Untitled session, and I'm going to drag that in. Frankly, I thought that was an awful, terrible ending to a song. Listen to that. That's how it ends. It just ends dead like that.
Oh, hang on, Luigi's not visible.
Hang on, sorry. I'm going to create a new multi-track session because I think I should doctor this to be the way I think it should end. Hang on, I'm just loading up my presets there, and let's go into advanced mode and bring in that Noyoki track. I'm going to put it on the music track of my presets. Let's zoom right into the music track here, and then we'll go along to the end. So where it ends here, listen to this. Terrible. Sorry, that's just like, come on. Little bit of false reverb would go a long way. That's much better, surely.
Yeah.
Doesn't need much, just a little bit of reverb at the end.
Oh dear. Well, I can see that Clarence is asking, okay, could somebody just explain to me how to receive a free jingle?
Oh no, it's game over now.
Game over.
Can't do that anymore.
I'm so sorry. It's
Bjorn,
game over.
Bjorn's got a good question. Can we see the spectral frequency of that song? Yeah, that would be really interesting, wouldn't it? Shift D. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Let's zoom in a little bit
almost like
further.
you've got 3 different parts to the song.
Yeah, look,
right?
you can see all the beeps. That sounds like the 1-up in Mario, doesn't it? Let's zoom in on that a little bit more. And you can see actually in spectral frequency, this is the fun with 8-bit audio, is that each little note is a little line in there, and I can use the marquee selection tool to select those 8-bit notes. There's one note, here's another note, and there's another note. It's isolating in Audition. And then again, this note over here. And when you put all those notes together, you get... Obviously with a bit of a synth drum and everything. It's the official genre, Izabela, for those of you who are fans of this kind of music, 8-bit progressive house.
I did not even know that progressive house had an 8-bit thing in there.
Now you do.
Now we do. But anyway,
we're going to do some jingles.
Just so you know, so we usually take script submissions for the first 30 minutes. When the song kicks in, which you've just been witnessing, we had some silly fun with. That's usually the cutoff point for the jingle submissions for this week. So if you haven't submitted your scripts this week, make sure to come back next Friday. It will be mrc.fm/script. That's how you send your submissions over. And in this second part of the show, we record all the super chats and produce them live on the show, and all the other recordings are usually done straight after the show, although we say we will put them through by Monday. That we usually have so many, there's around 200 every week.
Crazy.
So we record them after the show, as simply it would be very boring for you to just kind of hear us record, and we quite often need to take little breaks because it's too much.
Just finally, before we get into the recording of the scripts that have come in, a couple of comments on the music we played today, thanks to Licked. Michael Suhovsky saying, OMG, Noyoki is a woman. Yes, that's right. She has a YouTube channel, actually. You should go and check it out. And Rob Green...
Hang on. Just
I know it sounds
Michael.
like surprise, but it's not
hang
surprise.
on. What do you mean, who knew?
That's what Michael Suhovsky said.
We're supposed to do stuff like this? What do you
No,
mean,
he's just surprised. He's like,
knew?
who knew?
Wait, no. This
I know
is capitals, who knew?
You're detecting a chauvinistic who knew. Michael is...
No, it's not. No, listen, I know Michael
You're
is
digging
a
a hole
lovely
here.
person. I'm digging a hole, but I want to say that, female producers are out there. There might not be as many as male producers, but they all deserve... Just stop this. This is important.
Yes.
They all, deserve recognition, and we shouldn't be surprised that there are good female producers. Can we please?
There you go. And Rob Green wants, liked that song so much, he'd like a link to the song. Well, I've got good news for you, Rob Green. If you click into the description of this video and any live stream we do where we play a song, we actually have a little section below the fold called Licked Track of the Week. Not only does it link you to the Licked website with our link, but there's also a direct link to take you to the song. Yeah. So if you're ever interested in the song we play, there is a direct link down there in the description.
There you go.
All right, shall we do some recording then?
We ought to do some recording. I think that's a great idea.
Okie dokies. So I'm just going to swap over my microphone now from the Shure over to the AKG for my voiceover purposes.
Right.
And we'll just hit recording and we'll get started. It's you kicking off. It's a double one for the first one. So I'm going to hit the record button and we'll get going now.
Do you love the music we play here on True Hit Radio?
Then stay tuned to hear more of your favourite music right here with us every day or even overnight on True Hit Radio. It's now time for the Scout Show's Meet a Leader.
Thank you for the super chat.
Follow the 70s Show on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. You can email to radiohost58@gmail.com. The 80s Show with Roscoe. You are watching the IT Hub official YouTube channel.
Renewed Radio, positive Christian radio with your host Kevin Johnson and the healing power of music. Playing the best soul jazz, fusion, funk and acid jazz. Just jambalaya.
Lights, camera, action. For great songs from great movies, you're listening to Martin's Movie Moments.
Join Foxy Lady J for her Tiki Bar tunes every Saturday at 7 p.m. Only on Blind Cafe Radio, the station that raises Cain.
On the hour, every hour. From our studios in Lancashire, live, playing the classics. This is your better music mix. This is East Lancs Radio.
Only the 80s and nothing but the 80s. Now on Radio 251.
Rising like a flea bag from an ashtray. No, wait, that's FLZ. Take two. Rising like a phoenix from the ashes. Q105 is back, commercial free and better than ever. Now, here's another of Tampa Bay's greatest hits.
PlayDJ.tv, the new way to watch what you're hearing. Live DJs 24/7 with the original Renegade, DJ Maki, After Dark DJ, and many, many more.
This is the official Swedish dance chart on Clubalicious Radio, compiled by DJ Promotions. Here is this week's #1 dance song in Sweden.
Clubalicious with the freshest hip-hop, urban, and R&B music releases this week.
Just going to redo one. Follow the Super 70s Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can email to radiohost58@gmail.com.
Nice.
Alrighty, so that's it. I'm just going to edit that up, save those files out. There's a couple of edits. I just need to edit out the earlier take of that one, normalize these and bits like that. So this is all the pre-production stuff, just to make sure we got our levels right and everything sounding good. So let's find out, where was that initial take of Radio Show 58? Let's play it back. And we have some
YouTube
audio
channel.
Let me just...
Martin's Movie Moments. Host58@gmail.com. On Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can email
That's the one.
the 70s.
The 70s Super Show. Right, I'm just going to cut that there. And that's good. Right, shall I get into some audio production,
Yeah.
Let's not hang about. Let's get on with it. So going into my editing mode now, bringing these jingles out, and we're going to use the library today. Going to pick one at random in lieu of a different one to use. Let's go for library number Lucky 7. I'm feeling like Lucky 7. Lucky number 7.
Lucky
today.
number 7. Wow.
So let's see what we got. Let's show them what we got here.
Can we have some Dark Lord today? I've missed Dark Lord.
I don't know what the Dark Lord is.
Dark Lord has been I like Dark Lord.
What is the Dark Lord?
Can you not remember?
I don't remember doing that.
You did this.
Well, I do
really
remember
deep...
I did something.
Yeah.
I did a deep voice.
You did.
What effect or how?
I think it was an effect you applied to the voice, and it was really cool. And I was like, oh, that'll be cool.
You have to remind me.
It really put Mr. Clive to shame.
Was it pitch shifting?
Maybe, but I think you did some more stuff.
All right, so bringing sound effects in now. Izzy, you keep on top of the comments. I'll do some production now.
Do you love the music we play here on True Hit Radio?
Right, I always switch that analog delay off. I should probably make it off by default, actually, in the future, in the presets. Okay, I'm going to have some fun here with a little bit of pitch shift. Da, 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 da. There we go. Okay, and this is going to go in like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, and like that. And we'll have a bit of fun with pitch shifting.
Do you love the music we play here on True Hit Radio?
Then stay tuned to hear more of your favourite music right here with us every day or even overnight.
Radio.
Then stay tuned to hear more of your favourite music right here with us every day.
And at that point, we're going to do a little cut here. Zoop, like this. And that will go there. And
right here with us every day or even overnight on True Hit Radio.
There we go, and a nice fade out at the end of that one. Okay, let's see what we got here. We've got a few more little bits and bobs to bring in, so let's start bringing those over and see what we can zoom in on over here. So if you just tuned in, we're making the jingles that were previously selected by the wonderful viewers of Free Jingle Friday. We always open up the possibility to do that for the first half hour of the show, and then the rest of the show is based around me working inside Adobe Audition to create the jingles that have been super chatted or paid for via the online form. And of course, we do the free stuff. That's why it's called Free Jingle Friday. You can get your free stuff voiced by me or Izabela. You can do that, but only in the first half hour of the show.
It's now time for the Scout Shows.
And then we'll go...
Goes Meet a Leader.
Okay, let's see whether I can replicate what I think it is you want me to do. I'm just going to have a play and see if this is the right effect. Zoom, like this. See what happens.
It's now time for the Scout Shows Meet a Leader.
Was that the kind of effect you were looking for?
No.
Wasn't quite, was it?
Oh, come on.
Never going to figure it out now. It's like, what is that?
We need to rewatch that show.
Yeah. You know, I really like Production Library 7.
Thank you for the super chat.
Was that a jingle? Thank you for the super chat.
Yep, that was a jingle.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the...
Let's do something fun here.
Thank you for the super...
Let's see whether I can have some fun here.
Thank you for the...
Super chat. Now, if I can be a little bit clever here.
The super chat. Super chat. Super chat. The super chat. Super
Yeah,
chat,
yeah.
super chat.
You'll see what's
Nice.
going on here.
Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super... Oh, gosh. Seriously.
Hang on. That's not quite what I was
Super
intending.
chat.
Not quite what I was intending. Hang on. Just bear with me on this one. Oh, messing it all up. Hang on. Because I've got to get the right shortcut here. Then I'll know what I'm doing.
Super chat. Super chat. Super chat.
Bear with me. I know what I'm doing. No.
You don't know
I
what you're
don't.
doing.
No, I'm lost. Hang on. Trying to get this how I want it.
Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat.
No. Oh, why will it not do what I want? Maybe I'll just do it like that instead. And we'll fade that one down a bit.
For the super chat. Super chat.
Okay, you'll see what I'm going for in a second. I'm just trying to make it work.
Thank you for the super chat. Chat.
Okay, and what I'm trying to do is something that goes like this.
Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah?
Thank you for the super chat. I don't know. Does it not go too high?
Yeah, it's cool. It's fine. Hang on. I don't know what's happened there. Something went wrong with that.
Super chat.
Or I can make it go lower.
Super chat.
It's better when it goes higher.
Super chat.
And we'll just time stretch the last one.
Super chat.
Something like it's just silly. It's just silly, isn't it?
It's cool though, yeah.
So we'll
It's attention grabber, right?
All right, let's bring this in here. And we're going to need a couple of little effects to come in here. So this is coming in here.
The 80s Show.
makes me think that I hardly ever use Production Library 7 because these effects are pretty new to me. So I'm like, this is a good library to use.
There you go.
The 80s Show with
That's going to be cool. The 80s Show. Oh, I keep double clicking today. How weird. The 80s Show.
with Roscoe.
Alright, let's just add a little bit of funk to that. Grab that. That'll go there. There.
With Roscoe. The 80s Show with Roscoe.
That's quite an 80s sound, isn't it? Quite an 80s effect there with the stutter going on.
You're watching the IT Hub official.
Oh, hang on, that's another jingle, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Roscoe, like that. And then it's the IT Hub over here. Okay, that's a good sort of IT sound effect there. So we'll use that, drag it in.
You are watching.
Move this here. Tag that in a little bit. And we'll bring that out. And use a little bit of pitching. The reason I'm able to work so fast is my Adobe Audition presets, Izabela. That's what I'm using to produce.
No, they're absolutely amazing. I'm saying that because I use them myself, and in all honesty, I've learned a lot just through using those presets. And if you would like to learn too, head on over to mrc.fm/presets. That's they're there, available to purchase.
Ready for you to use,
They're
and they
ready for you
make
to
production super fast, like I'm doing here.
You are watching the IT Hub official YouTube channel.
And then we need a at the end.
Channel.
Just like that. See? That's exactly how it's supposed to be. Obviously, it takes a bit of getting used to. But, you know, once you know where everything is in the presets, you just drag around, you drop, you know what effect you're going for. It's very, very straightforward to produce. Like, if I had to start a new session from scratch every time I wanted to produce, my goodness.
No, that's
Take me all afternoon.
Renewed Radio. Positive. Renewed Radio. Positive Christian Radio. Positive Christian Radio. With your host, Kevin Johnson. With your host, Kevin Johnson. The healing power of music. Playing the best soul jazz.
Okay, that's a new jingle there. So let's move this one over here. That one's coming down there. I keep moving that. Clicking in the wrong places today. Trying to go like super lightning fast.
Host, Kevin Johnson. And the healing power of music.
Nice. Okay, Jazz Jambalaya. We're coming your way now with one of these. Do. Okay, and this is going to come in like that.
Playing the best soul jazz, fusion, funk and acid jazz. Just playing the best soul jazz. Playing the best soul jazz.
Fusion. Let's cut that. Use that splitted. Split is splitted word.
Fusion, funk and acid.
Funk and acid jazz.
Funk and acid.
And we'll do a bit of panning on this as well in a sec. Move that there. This is going down here.
Jazz Jambalaya.
Jazz Jambalaya, and I just want to make sure that that pans over to the right, and this one maybe goes to the left, so then we get this kind of effect.
As fusion, funk and acid jazz.
Tighten that up a bit.
As fusion, funk and acid jazz. Jazz Jambalaya.
That's going to be it, and then we'll move this in over here, and I think we'll also grab that and that as well. Let's grab these, zoom, and we'll work at what we can just over here. So this is going to be...
Lights, camera, action.
Let's move this in.
Lights, camera, action.
Let's move that on the beat there a bit.
Lights, camera, action.
And we need a pad. Something like this. No, not that.
Lights, camera, action. For great songs from great movies.
Great songs from great movies.
You're listening to...
Bit of a fader over there.
Movies. You're listening to Martin's Movie Moments.
Martin's Movie Moments.
To Martin's Movie Moments.
There we go, that's nice. Right, okay. Zooming on over here, and we've got this. We might actually need a bit of this to help us out. Let's see what I can do with this. So we've got this.
Join Foxy Lady.
Okay.
Join Foxy Lady J for her Tiki Bar tune.
Tiki Bar tune.
Tunes every.
And we're doing some cuts and edits here. So now this is going to come up here, and this is going to go over here. This will go down here.
Tiki Bar tunes every Saturday at 7 p.m. Only on Blind Cafe Radio, the station that raises Cane.
Right, a couple of things there. First
PM only on Blind Cafe Radio. PM only on Blind.
a little bit of hesitation there. Just going to tighten that up.
Only on Blind Cafe.
That's better. And then
The station that raises Cane.
you did a little mouth click at the end, which I'll edit out.
Nobody's
don't worry.
perfect.
It happens. That's a click and a half. Look at that one. See it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a real click. Okay. Let's get rid of that. So we'll just paint it out. Bigger brush, please. It's going to need a big brush, this one. Whoa. This is a monster
I
click.
need a big brush to brush my clicks off. You need a
Yes.
big brush.
Gosh. It's not going. It's like the big boss in Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
I'm throwing all my energy at it, and it's
He's
not
the
going.
Ganon.
It's not dying. It's the Ganon. Oh no! It's Gandalf. I can't get rid of it. Oh no! I'm chipping away with my bow and arrow. Hang on. Here we go. Paching, paching, paching. Let's use those bomb arrows on it. There we go. Okay. Let's see if it's gone. Back to the multi-track.
The station that raises Cane.
Oh, it's still there. I can still hear it. Let's work on it a bit more. I'm just a perfectionist, Isabella, sorry.
I know you are.
Just a bit OCD.
That's not a bad thing, though.
Thanks. Right, I'm going to take out the big guns now on it. There we go. If that doesn't get rid of it, I don't know what will.
The station that raises Cane.
Perfect. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Gotta be having it sounding right. Alright, let's bring this one into play and see what we can do. This will come here.
On the hour, every hour.
Okay, I see where we're going with this. Let's bring a little bit of music into the mix, maybe some beats. Oh, that's cool. Sounds like Nintendo music.
Do you know?
On the hour.
Yeah, go on.
Can I actually
Quick.
something relevant? Wallace Photography Concert Videos says, he says, are the music beds not necessarily 30 seconds, so you piece them together to get the length you need? I have a feeling that he really needs to learn about the remix option in Audition.
Adobe Audition Remix.
Oh, you need this.
Yeah,
You
it's
will
brilliant.
not. It's like you kind of need it to live, honestly.
All right, I'll show you how it works
Go.
now on this track.
Go,
so
go,
this
go.
this track is 1 minute 42 seconds, and this jingle is 15 seconds. So all I do is I right click on the track, I go into the remix option here, I enable remix. Adobe does some crazy magic on this music track, and then you go over here into the properties window, and you say roughly within about 5 seconds, it's got to do its magic. It can't be exact. You can tick a box saying stretch to exact duration, but the edits might sound funny. So I just say I want this to be about 10 seconds. Boom, there you go, done. That's it.
You
That's
see,
it.
it's like you cannot function without it, and then it no longer matters whether your bed is 25 seconds, but you need 32.
Yeah.
And
just listen, have a listen to that music bed now. It's the same bed, but just 10 seconds long. Look at that. And wait, here's the edit. There's the edit. And here's the next edit. Pretty cool, right?
Right.
And that was a 1 minute 42-second track to start with, so I'll be using that. So yeah, that's, as far as I know, that's a feature that only exists in Adobe Audition. They use a bit of their Sensei magic, I'm sure, to make that happen, and it's really cool. I like it a lot.
It's awesome.
On the hour, every
So now we just need to get this sounding really, really cool.
on the hour, every hour.
Nice.
Yeah, of course.
I can hear what you've done there.
What do you take me for? I'm a producer.
From our studios in Lancashire.
From our studios in Lancashire.
Live, playing the classics. This is your Better Music Mix.
Oh, that's cool. That sounds
Better Music Mix.
That sounds very aggressive. Does a better music mix? Let's see if I can do something clever with that. Let's just take better music mix, pop it up here, and do something like this and see if it works.
Is your Better Music Mix. Better Music Mix. Better Music Mix. Better Music Mix. This is East Lancs Radio.
There we go. We'll end on dry. Sometimes it's nice to just end on dry. So there you go. Yeah. And I could have sat there editing that around, but in all honesty, Adobe Audition does it faster and better. Although saying that, even though remix is there, I still like to do it myself, just because I'm so used to like cutting beds down to size.
But you do need to
I do it
have the
without thinking.
Adobe Audition CC to be
Of course,
able to do it.
you need to be on the cloud plan. Yes,
You've
that's
gotta
where
be
all
on
the good
cloud
stuff
plan.
is.
It will not be available on the old auditions,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Adobe Audition Remix, exclusive to CC. Right, let's play a few little beds here. See what we can get with this.
Only the 80s and nothing but the... Only...
Right, let's zoom in a bit and see what we can do. Right, only the 80s. Only the 80s.
Only the... Only the 80s and nothing but the 80s. Now on Radio 251.
Cool, that works quite nicely. So we'll just eliminate that. Get rid of this. Chop that down to size, fade it out. Now we're moving over to this jingle right here. And, sound effect called Dreamland. Oh, that's weird. It's got clicking. I don't know. I don't like that clicking. Sorry, I'm not going to use that. Not appropriate for this piece.
Rising like a flea bag from an ash.
And then so that'll go in like that. And then this will come in here.
Tray.
No, wait, that's FLZ.
That needs a bit more emphasis.
No, wait, that's FLZ.
I'm glad I said Z.
FLZ.
Take two. Rising.
Because it's for one of our wonderful super chatters from across the pond, where they do say Z. Often I just say Z by default now, even though I'm British. Like I say Z, like even in conversation. People look at me funny here because I'm like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, W, X, Y, Z. I skipped a few there, but Z. I say Z instead of Z, even though I'm from this side of the pond. Just because I'm so used to saying it in scripts. Like, you know, a majority of our customers and viewers on YouTube actually come from the United States. So I'm so used to saying Z, I just say it naturally now in language.
You just go Z.
And people here look at me funny when I don't say Z.
Z. I mean, in all honesty, I like
Z feels better. Yeah, I like Z better.
I like Z better.
It's like Z is so like, and sometimes like,
Zed.
obviously they're a bit more grown up, but when the kids were younger, we used to put on like songs where it sung the alphabet, and occasionally we'd just put on the American version, and it'd be like X, Y, Z. I was like, yeah, and the kids were repeating it like parrots. I'm like, that's okay.
Do you know, in
It's just
Polish
all
you
right.
would say Z.
Oh, Z. I like Radio Z. Because
Yeah.
there's a radio station called Radio Z
Radio
in Poland.
Z. Yeah, Z.
Z. Okay, let's open the debate. Let us know in the chat right now. How do you say the letter Z or Z? I agree, Vince. Z is better. But I'm not quite sure how you're saying it, but I agree.
Exactly.
It's a good letter, actually, Z. I like Z. How Z? How do you say how Z? I know in South Africa they say how's that. Say Zeta in Greek. Oh, this is amazing. Let's get all the Z's.
Let's
Post
get all
how
the
you say
Zs.
Z or Z in the chat now. And meanwhile, I'll carry on.
No.
I say
FLZ.
Z.
Z.
Z is definitely Z, says Paul Dixon. Z is definitely the best way of saying Z. 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 Z.
Z almost sounds like sad. which in Polish is you're behind. Like,
Yes.
Well, Holst is behind.
Z100 just wouldn't sound the same. Wouldn't have the same ring with it.
Rising like a phoenix from the ashes. Q105 is...
And then we'll have Q105 here.
Of course, in Canada you would say Z, right?
Serious. I don't believe
Would you
it.
say in Canada
No,
Z? Well,
Canadians say Z.
My flagship station.
Q105.
But I pull a lot of Canadian listeners who would call it Z.
Seriously? You do not say Z in Canada. Do they say Z in Canada?
I don't know. And how do you say it in Australia?
I'm sure in Australia, Doug, I'm sure, and others watching in Australia now, we have quite a few viewers in Australia, will confirm it's Z. I'm pretty sure it's Z in Australia. Canada says Z, really? No, I need to look this up on YouTube. I don't believe you.
It's more
seriously?
commonly, Canadian English.
Kidding me?
It's more commonly used. So you've learned something new.
Okay, what about, so Australia, do you say Z or Z? And what about in, Romania, you say Z. Z in Oz, confirms John B. What about New Zealand? Do they say Z or Z in New Zealand? I'm pretty sure.
It will be a Z.
They say Z.
They say Z.
So,
It's the
so more of the world
countries.
says Z. So,
There you go, Americans. You can't do this now. We forbid
no, but
the
Z is better. Z is better.
I know,
So
but
therefore,
but
the US is right.
majority. We are the majority, so you've got to staff it up. It's got to be Z.
Come on, let's not start a war on the letter Z. Z.
The Z war.
It's not a good thing.
Q105 is back.
And it all started because of a jingle. Let's get back to what we actually do on this stream. Here we go.
5 is back. Commercial free and better than ever.
Commercial free and better than ever.
Commercial free and better than ever. Now,
We've started a war in the chat.
Yes, George says, God bless you
now
all, guys. Yes, I
here's
think that
another
we
of
need
Tampa
some
Bay's
blessings on
greatest hits.
There you go. Yes, we need some blessing today for sure. So let's move on to this one. Let's move away from the Z jingle and onto this, which is going to be there. Z, and that's it. Yeah, no. It's not worth starting a war over the letter Z. Come on. Right, let's bring this one in. Let's see what we can do here.
PlayDJ.tv, the new way to watch what you're hearing. Live DJs 24/7 with the original Renegade.
Okay, let's do a few cuts here so we can make this sound really rocking. Pull that all around here.
All right.
Okay.
So, United Kingdom, Canada, India, Ireland, New Zealand, Zambia, and Australia say Z.
Oh, wow. Crikey.
There you go.
Okay.
Z.
Well, thanks for that. Let's get back to this.
I'm digging this.
You're digging this. Well,
I'm
you
digging
keep
this.
chatting away. Isabella has the time to go around all the comments and see what you're saying and pick up on that, which is good. I don't always see your comments in real time as I'm producing when I'm distracted by this, but I do read them after the show, always.
Actually, so this is very interesting. So apparently we say Z, which is the derivation from the Greek zeta.
Zeta, okay. That's
This
interesting.
dates back to Latin.
You carry on your research.
There you go.
PlayDJ.tv, the new way to watch what you're hearing. Live DJs 24/7 with the original
So we just need to pull that in a bit more.
Ah, that
with
makes
the
sense.
original Renegade. DJ Maki. After Dark DJ.
So Americans say Z because of B, C, D, like all those letters, and that's deriving from the late 17th century English dialect.
Goodness me. Okay.
There you go.
History lessons.
History lesson today about Z and Z and Zeta.
I prefer Z, and I'm going to carry on saying Z, even if
There you
people
go.
do look at me funny here.
Now you see, it's like Z goes back so much further, whereas Z is only 17th century
This
invention.
is the official Swedish dance chart on Clubalicious Radio.
And then I'm going to make an edit here. See, you learned something new. Today I learned,
Today I learned.
That's right. It's definitely educational, this show.
This radio, compiled by DJ Promotions. Here.
And then we need to do here, there, and that's there.
Here is this week's #1 dance. Here is this week's.
Let's cut that a bit.
Here is this week's #1 dance song in Sweden.
Okay, just a little cut in there, so that'll come in there. This will go in here.
Week's #1 dance song in Sweden.
Okay, we need to do a little cut and fade there. That's coming in like that. Like that.
#1 song in Sweden.
Yeah,
See,
that's cool.
Paul just tried the
Yeah, I see
remix
that,
trick, and it's like you've got to know the remix
Epic.
trick. It's just epic.
Absolutely insane.
It's like if you didn't know it, it's like almost like hours and hours of editing are saved and cut like that.
Absolutely, just like that.
That's it.
Yeah, if you don't fancy editing tracks, works really well for Premiere Pro users who are working with videos. The only thing is, I wish they'd make it natively available in Premiere. I'm sure they will at some point, but you have to, unfortunately, you have to go to Audition, run it on your track, and bring it into Audition into Premiere.
Clubalicious with the freshest.
Okay, with the freshest. Let's make this fresh.
With the freshest. With the freshest hip hop, urban, and R&B music releases this week.
Okay, we just need to tighten that up, and that's going to be bang on the money.
Releases this week.
Just like that, and fade that out so we don't get my talking at the end of that jingle. There we go. And wow, is it just one more jingle? Seriously? Okay, wow.
One more jingle.
Let's go in here.
Just gonna redo one.
Oh yeah, this is the Okay, got it. Okie dokie. Let's save and let's bring in
New music.
new music. Quite a cool little drop, isn't it?
New music.
Follow the Super 70s Show.
Okay.
Follow the Super 70s Show on Facebook.
On Facebook, that's where we need. We need one of those to go in there.
Instagram. Twitter and Instagram.
Oh, let's bring in a few of those.
Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. You can email too.
You can email too, and then we just need to do a little change in pace there, like that.
You can email too. radiohost58@gmail.com.
And a little edit there to tighten it up, and then bring it all in at the end, which is going to go like this and this.
@gmail.com.
Nice. Okay, and that right in front of me, that's a session. Let's just play one of these.
Session.
Let's play a little interlude. Yeah, feeling good. All right, so I'm just going to start this multi-track session mixing down. So straight after the show, I'm going to upload this. I've been having some thoughts. So just before we go, because got a little bit of time, we'll probably disappear in the next 5 minutes or so, because it's been an hour of power. I just wanted to say, I don't know if I can let the cat out of the bag. This MRC studio looks so fantastic, and we did so much work on it. Last year I put so many videos on YouTube about how we painted the room, and we put up the sound tiles behind me and the sound tiles over there next to you and everything like that. I want to let the cat out of the bag. We might at some point in the future, don't hold us to it immediately, but at some point in the future, we might be tearing down version 4 of MRC Studio and rebuilding. Can you believe it? This is and by the way, this is especially for you, like our super fans, because anyone, all like 93 of you I can see on Facebook right now,
100
on YouTube. Oh, 100, sorry.
102.
My stats are out of date. All 102 of you watching now on YouTube, and like we got a few hundred elsewhere as well. So, but here on YouTube, it's our main home. So you guys are super fans that have stuck with us all the way through the show. You're the first people to know about this, and we haven't said this much. Well, I haven't said it anywhere else.
We
But yes,
haven't.
we will at some point, probably within the next year, be tearing down this room and starting again from scratch and building maybe an even better MRC studio. It might take a while for it to get up and running. It's going to be an ongoing project, but it's something very much that's in our crosshairs to do, and we wanted to let you know first.
Yeah, so we kind of reached a point where we are thinking if we want to add anything here, we can't. There is just no extra room, and it's not something we can expand anywhere here. So
and we want more rooms and more studios and stuff, ability to do more things.
We want to have
for you guys.
Yeah, it's like it has to be a really cool channel, right?
Yes.
So we have already started
the process of looking for a place to locate the studio.
And relocate to.
Yeah.
And we are looking at a few different options. And I mean, the best case scenario, it could still be happening this year.
Ooh.
Like, that could be that
And don't worry,
fast.
that means a whole slew of new videos on the YouTube channel documenting everything on how we create the studio, what we put into it, and how exactly we make it happen. And I want to actually ask for some advice at this stage, as we're still considering places and locations to do this. Obviously, we'll still likely be on the Isle of, well, we'll definitely be on the Isle of Wight. what do I mean likely? We'll definitely be
we
here.
will
It's a
be on
great
the
island.
Isle of Wight. We are not moving outside of the Isle of
But
Wight.
I wanted to ask a significant question. I wonder if anyone knows, because I know we have a bit of a techie crowd and things like that. So if you know anything about internet is generally good here, but in some places it's patchy. And I just wanted to know, obviously, if we can get gigabit, there is the possibility of gigabit, but it's not all over the island at the moment. We can get BT fibre, which is something in the UK called FTTC, which is fibre to the cabinet, where a fibre cable goes from the exchange up to the cabinet and then into wherever we build the studio. Now, the question about that is the most we'll get is 80 megabits per second down and 20 megabits per second up, which is okay. If we get any less than that, we're going to have to look into some other alternatives. And I understand you can do something called bonding of lines, but I don't know how that works. Is that an option? And this might be a UK-centric question, so any of our UK watchers, if you know anything about bonding lines, is that feasible? And leased lines, I've looked into leased lines. BT, British Telecom here, do leased lines. Is that something to consider where you get dedicated bandwidth? What have you guys experienced? If you've got any knowledge at all, reach out to us either here in the chat, or even better, if you could post something in the community. If any of you are knowledgeable about this, have knowledge in getting fast, good internet, we really need it. It's critical to what we do, particularly as we live stream. And even here, using the connection, we're just running from a normal business broadband connection. Nothing fancy at the moment. It is a business connection though. Even this has dropped out on occasion, and we've dropped to live stream. So if you've got any really cool ideas, Steve says, I know leased lines are expensive. They're very expensive, but I do understand for that price you do get dedicated bandwidth that you don't share with any of the buildings around you. So anyway, if you know anything, let us know, because we're heavily looking into it.
We are, and
we won't be moving to the west of the island where it's 2 megabits per second down and 1 megabit per second
Patrick is
up.
already assuming we need a baby room. No, there is. We need a room for a baby, but that baby is called Mike Russell.
That's called a
room.
Nintendo Playroom,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, that's it. So this is the person that's very room requirements are very much very big for Mike.
Yeah, well, there's a few requirements going on the list already. Yeah. First of all, I know you might laugh saying you're in the UK, but first of all, I think the new studio needs to have air conditioning. And that's not just for us sweaty bodies here in the studio, but actually the cameras, the streaming cameras overheat. A lot of our equipment gets very hot. So I think aircon is a must in the next studio. Also, I don't just want to have an acoustically treated room for the next studio. I'll say it now. Yes. The next MRC studio will be fully soundproofed. We're literally going to do this from the ground up. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it properly. And what I want to do, because there's hardly any information about this on YouTube, when we do it, you'll be the first to know, and we'll show you exactly how we did it with the sound treatment. And even, I don't know, Isabella, this might be speaking too soon, but if we can figure it out with whoever we work with to build this project, maybe we can even film some of what they do and some of the materials they use.
Oh yeah, and we will.
So you guys can learn. Yeah, does that sound good?
Yeah, we want to have kind of the next level studio where everything is very much on purpose for that place. So as Mike said, it won't be just sound treated, it will be soundproof and everything else. You can get soundproof plaster and stuff like that. It's literally there's a lot of stuff like that. But air conditioning will be a must. There's a lot of equipment. And as we've learned the hard way, it does overheat.
Steve seems to be quite knowledgeable. He says you can get 2 connections, fiber or ADSL, with a dual WAN router. You can load balance traffic and also get failover if one link fails. I think I've looked into that before, actually. That is quite effective, because we do have a 4G backup here in our current studio, which is pretty rubbish for live streaming, because even though the 4G backup kicks in quickly, it's not quick enough to save the live stream. So I need something that kind of bonds kind of seamlessly. We're talking no packet loss, I think is the correct term. Steve says, I do it here from 2 domestic broadband connections, and it's the most cost-effective way. Do you know what? Instead of leased line, I think fiber bonding might be a good idea. Depending, we're still very much in the looking stage at the moment, and it might be we get a place with all the internet requirements, but if we don't, then we might need to do some bonding or something like that. And a sound booth as well is what's required, Patrick. Yeah, we will have a dedicated recording area, all of that kind of stuff. So that's a big project on the cards.
It's a big project, and we're looking forward to it. We are looking into things, and we will keep you posted. You'll be the first one to know. So if you haven't already, make sure to click subscribe now. We are here every week, and there is more stuff coming soon, and we post lots of content about audio and how to sound great. And we hope you have a lovely weekend, and head on over to mrc.fm/FJF to get your jingles from today's show.
All right, have a good weekend. Bye.
Free Jingle Friday is made possible by our sponsor, Restream, the easy way to stream to multiple social platforms at the same time. Restream Studio makes it simple to go live directly from your browser. Get started now at mrc.fm/Restream.